force said was a British naval squadron during the Second World War, consisting of the battleship HMS Prince of Wales, the battlecruiser HMS Repulse and accompanying destroyers, assembled in 1941. The purpose of the group was to reinforce the British colonial garrisons in the Far East and deter Japanese expansion into British possessions, particularly Malaya and Singapore. Lack of aircraft to protect force said underestimation of the Japanese armed forces and the political rather than naval motive for its deployment are blamed for the destruction of the force. Composition. Force said consisted of the battleship HMS Prince of Wales, the battlecruiser HMS Repulse and 4 modern home fleet destroyers, the E-class HMS Electra, Express Encounter and the J-class HMS Jupiter. For Force said's final voyage, the older S-class HMS Tenedos and Great War veteran V-class HMAS Vampire were substituted for the damaged Encounter and Jupiter, who remained in Singapore undergoing repairs. A new aircraft carrier, HMS Indomitable, was to be included but ran aground in the Caribbean during working up trials. HMS Hermes was considered as a replacement, but this idea was dismissed as Hermes was too slow. Origins. As early as 1920, British Imperial Defence Strategy had envisaged sending a fleet to Singapore should Far Eastern possessions or interests be threatened. A renamed Force G, Force Z arrived at Singapore on the 2nd of December 1941. It was sent to intercept Japanese landings in Malaya. Prince of Wales and Repulse were sunk by Japanese air attack on the 10th of December 1941, becoming the first capital ships under sail to be sunk solely by the action of enemy aircraft in a hostile encounter. The lack of protective air cover and the resulting loss of large capital ships to hostile aircraft action were seen as a vindication of authorities on air power, such as Air Commodore Charles Rumney Sampson CMGDSO and AMP-AFC, founder of the Royal Naval Air Service, whose papers on the need for air defense at home and in Malaya, Singapore and Hong Kong had not been implemented in U.S. General Billy Mitchell's tactical air combat doctrine. Both men had resigned the commissions due to a failure to adopt modern policy towards air defense.